China as a country once experienced total economy collapse, famine, and worst among them all, war. In the year 1995, the country was not even among the top 7 largest economy in the world. Her GDP then was a meager $734 billion. How the Asia giant was able to grow her economy to become the second largest has been a topic of discussion amongst economists all over the world. After much studies, research, and observation, these gurus have been able to come up with steps taken by China in building her economy. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and like this video. Manufacturing of goods catapulted China to where they are now. China vision is to ensure their products is present in every home in the world, and they seems to have hit their target or are very close to hitting it. America, in the year 2022, sold toys worth $54 billion. Can I shock you? 80% of those toys were made in China. China contributes over 30% to global manufacturing output. They are projected to hit 50% in few years' time. In years to come, 50% of goods manufactured all over the world will be from China. The country has not failed in proving to everyone they are indeed the manufacturing capital of the world. How many countries of the world can boast of making $4 trillion in manufacturing in the year 2022, if not China only? Their huge workforce and affordable labor made this possible. Huge revenue from the manufacturing sector has helped and still helping China in growing and sustaining her economy. Permit me to shock you one more time. Even your respected iPhone is manufactured in China by a company called Foxconn. That's a story for another day. This brings us to the second step, which is export. With a population of 1.4 billion people, China alone cannot consume every products they manufacture. The reason they export to other countries who are in dire need of their products. How much do they make from exporting goods to other countries? What are those goods they export to other countries? For a country to export to over hundreds of countries, it means they must be raking in billions of dollars in revenue as a result of huge patronage. Ever since China overtook Germany in the year 2009 as the largest exporting country in the world, the country annually makes trillions of dollars in export revenue. Last year, China export revenue increased by 7%, which amounted to $3.59 trillion, more than the total annual GDP of many Africa countries. Mobile phones and other electronics tops China list of export. $128 billion worth of mobile phones were exported by China last year, making her the highest exporter of the product. The only country that came close was not America or Japan. Guess the country? Surprisingly, the country is Vietnam. Vietnam came second to China with a total mobile phone export worth $39 billion. While China exports a long list of other products to other countries, we only chose to talk about the most popular ones. Export is China's main economy pillars. China wouldn't have been able to achieve giant stride in manufacturing and export without putting one thing in place. And that one thing brings us to step 3. No country can turn her economy around without building her infrastructure. Infrastructural development is the foundation upon which every sector is built. No one can give that which they do not have. China have been building roads, bridges, seaports, and railways in Africa. Before building these infrastructures in Africa, China have already done same for themselves. Recently, the country again budgeted the sum of $1 trillion in building more water tunnel and speed rail to boost her already growing economy. Viable seaports in China aids export and import of goods in and out of the country to the rest of the world with ease. There are numerous seaports in China, but the largest among them is the Shanghai seaport, just so you know. In the year 2022, 47.3 million units of 20-foot container passed through the port to other countries of the world. Rural dwellers in China who are mainly into agriculture, with the aid of good roads and train networks, find it easier to ship their products to the cities for sale. Infrastructural development generally attracts foreign investors to China. Its contribution towards China economy development is just too numerous to mention. No country can develop her economy without the input of her banking sector. Banking reforms has really helped China in this regard. The China Development Bank, a state-owned bank, is charged with the responsibilities of providing funds for infrastructural development in the country. One of the major projects financed by the bank is the construction of Shanghai Pudong Airport. Another powerful bank that is helping in shaping China economy is the Export and Import Bank of China, just as its name implies. The bank aids export of China products and most times give loans for the development and building of new industries. China actually took numerous practical steps in building her economy to its present state. What are those lessons you feel other developing countries of the world can learn from China development journey? Let us know in the comments section below. Bye.